And welcome to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by Slumberland Furniture, Slumberland at the Lake, our veterinary, and Surdike Yamaha. So we're focusing on the Macks Creek Pirates, the Lady Pirates and the Pirates this week. It's Coach Ron Dugan, Coach Jeff Treat, and boy, you guys have the best teams in the local area this year. Your girls are what, 21-5?
Yep.
Is that right?
We are.
Winners of 14 in a row. Your boys are what, 18-7?
Yes, sir.
I mean, really good seasons for you guys.
Yeah.
You've got to be pretty happy at this point, right?
It's been awesome. It's been an awesome year. It's fun watching the girls play
Yeah.
and just dominate everybody. And then also just the boys, we just have a great year, and it's also a great group of guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ron, you got to be kind of proud because you were the head coach of both the girls and the boys in recent years. You gave the head coaching job up to Coach Treat here this year, but they're still kind of your boys. You coached them for a lot of years. Got to be pretty proud of the way they're playing this year.
Yeah, I really am. And, I've had a lot of them since 7th grade and good, like Coach Treat said, they're a great group of guys and they play really hard and they're really playing hard for him. And so that was exciting to see. You never know when you get a transition in coaches, and the boys have responded so well to him and he's just done a great job with them.
Yeah. Okay. So again, the girls 21-5, winners of 14 in a row as you go into district tournament play this week. Your boys, Coach Treat, 18-7, winners of 4 in a row, and 10 of 11. And despite that, you're not the number one seed in your district, man. So we'll talk about that coming up here in just a minute. But you guys have a couple of special players that have hit some amazing scoring plateaus this year. For you, it's Logan Gallimore, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Logan and the game that we did for Macks Creek girls and boys, Logan didn't have a great scoring game, but he did everything else.
Oh, yeah.
He was kind of the key to that win. And he's one of those guys that really does just do everything for you, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he does. The Dadeville game was very surprising to me because usually if he only has 3 points at halftime, I'm just like, what's going on? But we're winning by 8 going into halftime. I'm just like, well, I'll take it. But he was also, because that's the night he got his 1,000 point, he did a great job in not forcing it. Mm-hmm. And he got others involved. He probably had like 5 or 6 assists in the first half to our shooters who were prepared to shoot, and others stepped up when he was struggling. So
yeah, absolutely. Special player, Logan Gallimore, hit the 1,000-point plateau this year and kind of is that glue player for your team. And for your Lady Pirates, you've got a similar player like that. It's India Willis, and she too hit the 1,000-point plateau.
She did, and she did it amazingly in 44 games. She's just a sophomore. And so, I would expect her to be over 2,000 in her career, maybe 2,500, and set some serious records. But she's a great player and a great scorer, and she's got that scorer's mentality. She goes hard to the hole, and she's tough to beat.
Yeah, it's good to have those players. And as awesome as it is to have those players, you've got to have the players that kind of fill in all the gaps, play all the roles. They can score when they need to score, do the assisting and all that stuff. Who are those players for your Pirates this year?
The main one is Chase Whitworth. He does everything for us on defensively. He guards full court, which if you saw in the Dadeville game, he's guarding full court every possession in our zone. And then when we go main, he's guarding usually the best player too. And then he's just a great three-point shooter. He's very versatile. He's very fast. He's able to run the floor. So he does everything for us. So when we don't have him, he's almost as important as Logan. Just Logan, he does everything offensively. Chase does everything defensively. We had a game earlier this year. We didn't have Chase, and Logan had to play top of our 1-3-1. And Logan's like, I ain't never doing that again. He's like, he realized how important Chase was. So Chase does a lot of things for us. Also, he's just a great kid. He's very coachable. And then we also got a couple players like Jose Cortez, who also is our backup point guard, and also relieves pressure off of Logan because Logan, when you handle the ball as much as Logan does, when Jose steps in and handles the ball a little bit, it relieves pressure off of Logan.
Sure.
And then we got shooters like Nolan Donathan, who did a couple threes against Dadeville.
Yep.
And then we just got, and our post players, Alex Itson and Connor Welsh and Daniel Cortez, they do a great job of being physical and doing the dirty work. So
you need it all, don't you?
yeah, I do. We need every player.
And for the ladies, you got India scoring points, but so many good players. And for you, I mean, you've got like 6 players, so they really have to come through for you. Who are your other players that step up for you?
You know, and we were, Coach was talking about defense. Ashley Klinkstick is our only junior this year, and she gets the duty of guarding their best player.
Yeah.
And she does an amazing job defensively. She gives up a lot on points because she's working so hard on defense. And I think she averages about 4 or 5 points a game, but her defense is outstanding. You know, I've got, our 6th person off the bench, Nevaeh Durrell, is a really good defensive player. She's got some size in there. She does a good job of rebounding and blocking out and kind of those things. And again, she's only averaging about 4 or 5 points a game. Emma Seaholm is our leading shot blocker.
Yeah.
You know, she's a force inside as far as blocking shots and rebounding, does a great job, averages about 7 points a game. And then, on our top 3 scorers are, India, as you mentioned, my daughter Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is our playmaker. You know, she dishes out over 5 assists a game, but she can score too when we need her to. You know, She had 22 the other night. It was kind of a quiet 22. Hit 5 threes in that game, and then the very next game, Addison Ratliff is our second leading scorer actually, and she's dishing out about 4 assists. But she had 28 the other night and had 5 threes. And so, if one of them's not hitting, the other one steps up and scores. But we have just a great team where everybody knows their role now, and they're all doing a great job of sharing the ball. And I mean, our assists, we're having over 20 assists a game, and the girls are just having a lot of fun.
Wow, and it shows on the floor with that 21-5 record and winners of 14 in a row. Okay, so we're getting to know more about the Lady Pirates and the Pirates from Macks Creek as we move into postseason play this week. So we'll have more with the coaches right after this. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Loring. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We still have our President's Day sale going on. We have furniture for every room in the house on sale. I want you to know that we also have furniture for every budget. We have sofas starting at $4.99, accent chairs at $2.99, and recliners at $3.99. Come see us at Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
If you love the lake, you gotta love Lake TV. Welcome back to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show. We are focusing on Macks Creek this week. The Lady Pirates, winners of 14 in a row as they go into district tournament play this week. And the Pirates, winners of what, like 10 of your last 11, and not even the number 1 seed in your district. You're like the number 3 seed, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
So who are the 2 teams in front of you guys?
Well, St. Elizabeth's one, who we beat earlier in the year on the road. And then the 2 seed is Hermitage, who we lost to right after the night we beat Dadeville.
Right.
So it was we're both 1-1 against each other because St. Elizabeth also beat Hermitage by like 26. So it would have been nice to be the 1 or 2 seed, but we're the 3 seed. We deal with it. So
yeah, and you got a tough Calvary Lutheran team in there. They are 16-9, I think, going into districts. Hermitage 16-10. St. Elizabeth 16-10. You guys are 18-7. Mm-hmm. So some really good teams in that district.
Oh yeah, it's very tough because St. Elizabeth's also a Final Four team. They were a Final Four team last year, and they only lost 1 player.
Yeah.
And then Hermitage is just a scrappy group. They're very tough to play. Very well coached, and then Calvary Lutheran is also a really good team. And they also, even the bottom teams like Climax Springs, they're very good shooting team. And then we got faced Escumbia tonight.
Yeah,
so
that'll be interesting. When you get into the postseason, man, it's all, one and done, right? That's where the blood pressure goes up. And for your Lady Pirates, you go into your districts the number 1 seed. Winners of 14 in a row. You're the team to beat. You've got a really good Wheatland team, I think, in there, right? They're 18-8. Climax Springs about 500, but dangerous. So what's your district looking like this year?
Well, our first game is, it's going to be a play-in game for the other teams, and we beat both of them pretty handily. You know, I don't see us struggling with that game at all. And then we'll play Wheatland in the championship, we think. Climax Springs is playing a lot better, but Wheatland's just got a lot more talent, I think, and they should be in the championship game with us. We beat them 3 times this year, which scares me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's really tough. I had that happen to us and the boys. We had beaten Climax Springs 3 times during the year and turned around and got beat. Oof. And so it makes me a little nervous. So we're working really hard preparing for that game, and we certainly won't overlook that one.
And your districts are at Blair Oaks this year, so a neutral site, is that right?
Ours is our Blair Oaks, and then theirs is at Wheatland.
Okay, so you got to play Wheatland at Wheatland.
We do, yeah, and that makes it even tougher. I always figure that's worth about 10 points.
Oh man!
So we'll see if we, as long as we can stay out of foul trouble, we'll probably be all right.
Yeah, that makes it more scary. Okay, so a coaching question for you guys: what's a bigger part of coaching? Is it teaching or is it motivating? What is the bigger part of coaching? Teaching or motivating?
I'll probably say motivating because I tell the kids all the time sometimes about what's in your heart. Like, are you able to hustle on this play? Are you able to get 50-50 balls? So, and also just put in work outside of practice and outside of games, because you can't just show up to the games and just suddenly be good at basketball. Like, you got to work on it. So it's kind of motivation. And then the teaching part, that's our job. So
yeah, so you can kind of, if you got them motivated, then you can teach them, hopefully. How about for you? What's more important? And maybe it's different for boys and girls too.
And it is a little bit. My part, I spend a lot of time on teaching, the fundamentals of the game, and we work through that a lot. And then, it's kind of we have a kind of a work ethic, as far as the girls. We talk about it every game. Let's go to work and let's get the job done. And so. But there are motivational times, during the game where you absolutely just have to sit them down and say, now's the time. You girls quit thinking about things, get out there and play. And I like to stomp my feet a little bit. I think the girls make fun of me a little bit, but that's usually when I stomp my feet. They know they're in trouble. They better get their act together. And we have, games where we don't block out very well, and so there's some motivation going on at the next practice. But a lot of it is just teaching. For me, it's teaching the fundamentals and making sure, they know what to do when we get out there on the court.
Absolutely. Okay. Macks Creek, both the girls and the boys having great seasons heading into district tournament play this week. So keep an eye on what they're up to, and hopefully we'll see them moving further into the Class 1 state tournament this week. Thank you so much for joining us for the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show.